Comment na lang. Alright, so sorry for that one. Again, di ko ulit na monitor yung oras. So, any clarification? Any question or clarification, guys, before we proceed to the next one? Hello? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, do you guys have a question so far?
Wala naman po, sir.
All right. So, again, in mathematical induction, so we have two steps. So, the first one is prove whether this left side expression is equal with this right side expression by replacing the n to 1. Okay. So, once you have already proven this is step number 1, then you can now proceed to step number 2 by replacing the n into n plus 1. Okay. And then you will only replace the n on the right side and then come up with this kind of expression. And then now, once you have come up with this one, this is the one that you're going to prove that this one is equal with this original expression if you're going to add n plus 1. Okay. So if you're going to add n plus 1 on the right side, so you have to add n plus 1 on the left side also. Okay. And then from there, you should come up the same with this one. So if you wasn't able to come up with this second step, okay, then may mali sa ginagawa mo. Okay. Kasi we have already proven that this right side expression is equal with this left side expression from step number 1. Okay, this one. All right, so let's have another example. Show that if r is not equal to 1, then 8 plus ar raised to 1 plus ar raised to 2 plus up to ar raised to n. So we have to prove that this right side expression is equal with this left side expression. Okay. So since we're dealing with exponents, so we should start with 0. So not always 1. Okay. So kapag walang exponent, okay, and then especially our variables, n is the one that is changing, or the one that is being replaced by our step number 1, then we should start with 0. Okay? Pero kapag wala namang magagalaw sa exponent natin, then we can start with letter. We can start with number 1. Okay? But in here, since we're dealing with exponent, then we should start with 0. Because then again, any number that is raised to 0 will always be 1. So in that case, we're not changing anything. Okay. So as you can see right here, we have this left side expression coming from this one, and then the right side expression coming to this one. And then just replace the n into 0. So ar raised to 0 equal to a times r raised to 0 plus 1 minus 1 divided by r minus 1. And then if you're going to simplify this one, you're going to have this kind of expression. So for the left side, so again, any number that is raised to 0 will always be 1. So that is why we have here times 1. And then on the right side, so just simplify this 1. So 0 plus 1 is 1. So that's 1. Is r raised to 1 minus 1 divided by r minus 1. So wala na ibang nagbago kundi dun lang sa exponent. And then sa left side, so a times 1 is a. And then kapag simplify mo to, so a times r raised to 1 minus 1 divided by r minus 1 is, yan. So pwede mo na siyang i-cancel and then come up with letter a. Okay? So in here we have now proven that this left side expression is really equal with this right side expression. So next step is replacing the n into n plus 1. All right? So from here, hindi na masyadong pinakita yung solution. But if you're going to make this n into n plus 1, so we will have n plus 1 plus 1, which is now equal to this one, n plus 2. Gets so far? Kung paano tayo nag-come up with this one? Dito sa show that. Hello? Are you guys still there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So nagets nyo kung bakit naging ganito na to? So all we did is just change this n into n plus 1. So plus
Yes, sir.
1. Okay, kaya naging n plus 2. Okay? So ito na ipoprove natin. Okay? If we're going to add n plus 1 on the original equation. Okay? So from here, if you're going to add n plus 1 on the left side, I mean on the right side, we have to add n plus 1 also on the left side. Right? So, okay. So start na tayo. So mula dito, i-simplify lang natin siya into like this. So a times r raised to n plus 1 minus 1 plus a times r n plus 1. Okay, so kagaya ng sinabi ko kanina, multiply mo lang itong denominator ng first expression natin sa right side and then yung denominator ng ilalim natin dito sa left side. Okay, or just simply crisscross. Okay, r minus 1 multiplied to a times r n plus 1. Or raised to n plus 1 rather. And then this divided by 1 multiplied to this expression. And then you can now come up with this kind of expression. Gets? Or no? Same steps lang siya ng ginamit natin kanina. Itong parang ganitong solution on how we've come up with this one. Hello guys? Diyan pa ba kayo?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Nakuha nyo to? Or hindi? Alright. So again, iiwanan ko to as your assignment or self-study assignment, but there is no score of course since example lang naman to. Kasi kayo mismo yung makaka-figure out kung paano siya naging ganito. So go back to your algebra or kung hindi mo mahanap yung notes mo, pwede kang maghanap sa internet. So napakaraming basic algebra steps na meron doon. So including this one. And then, simplify mo lang to, okay, itong nasa numerator, and then you'll come up with this one. So from here, we have now shown that this one is really equal with your left side expression. Okay, or this one. Show that. All right? Okay. So ito na yung last example natin. And then after this, of course, you're going to have a Seatwork. Okay? So, dalawang number lang. Okay? Hindi ko na kayo masyadong papahirapan. So, you have to prove that this left side expression is really equal with this one. So, using two steps. So, n is equal to 1 and then n is equal to n plus 1. And then the same with this number 2. You have to prove that this left side expression is really equal with this right side expression. Okay? So that's it for the module 1, part 3. So for those mathematical inductive examples, you can find more on the internet. So marami dyan na iba pang klase. So hanap din kayo para magkaroon pa kayo ng idea kung bakit ganun yung nangyayari. So, one more thing na gusto nyo siguro malaman kung bakit natin ginagawa itong mathematical induction is para mag-come up lang tayo into a single formula. Okay? Hindi yung napakahabang expression. And then, yun, which is pare-parehas lang naman yung pattern. So, you can just simply come up with single formula wherein this one is really equal with this kind of expression. Okay. So, that's it for Module 1, Part 3. So, any question or clarification so far?
None, sir.
And
None, sir.
Okay. So, practice kayo. Okay. Lalo na dun sa inference rule at sa mathematical induction. Okay? Nasaan ang respond? So, kasi pag walang respond, no, hindi kayo magpa-practice ha. So, mahalaga to. Okay, kailangan nyo ito matutunan kasi isa to sa mga fundamentals sa mathematics. Okay, hindi lang yung algebra, hindi lang yung trigo. So, kasama din tong mathematical induction natin. Okay. So, kung wala ng question, then you may now go and have your breakfast already if you haven't ate your breakfast. Okay? So, see you guys next meeting. And thank you for coming since consistent kayo. So, I really appreciate that one. Na kompleto pa rin kayo kasi kanina 17 pa rin ngayon. So, thank you so much.
No problem, sir.
thank you, 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 sir.
Sige, practice kayo ha.
Yes, sir. Bye, sir.
Bye-bye. Goodbye.